Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, this is the Green Streams. Welcome. We're doing the question and answers, and we are making sure that we're staying up to date. I got a bunch of questions here saved from the last videos, and when the chat fills up, we're gonna answer your questions live as well. I also got a little treat at the end, so welcome, welcome. I'm gonna let the panel fill up, and then the 7 o'clock start time is right around the corner. Just enjoy the tunes.
Vincent, I haven't seen your face, but I know it's you. I can smell the blood on your hands from here. Why don't you shoot? What's wrong? That's your turn. You started out so fearlessly. Go on, pull the trigger. It's 7 o'clock.
Here we go. Here we go. So thank you guys for joining, and thanks for all of your questions. I really appreciate that. And for everybody that's emailing me, I am getting back to you within the 1 or 2 days. And I hope that you're taking that information and you are using it to inspire and change the lives of you and your crew around you, your circle. All right, each one teach one. That's what we say. So let me just get right into this with the questions and the comments. And like I said, I got a little treat for you guys after this, just to show you guys something that I've been talking about, which is I think is going to blow your mind. And it's just the beginning, and that's the main thing. Okay, so to get on with the questions that I have saved from previous videos that I sometimes miss, and sometimes there's questions in the comments after the video. So I like to get back to those for everybody in general. And I think that one person's question can answer a lot of other people's questions. So this is only going to be about an hour and a half. Keep it nice and quick. And the purpose of doing this is to make sure that we're all kind of on the same page before we get to the next stream, which will be next week, Thursday. It's always usually Thursdays, and that should be on, what is that, the 19th, 20th, around that time. So make sure you guys lock in to this channel on that day. Okay, so Salama asks, they say, great video, masterpiece. You have done an exceptional lecture that will change the lives of many. Question, how can a plant-based diet be crap? What plants are crap? Well, first of all, that's a good question about the which plants are crap, because there is kind of like stigma, I guess you would say, with a lot of vegans, that they say that any fruit or vegetable is good. You just gotta go vegan and you can eat anything as long as it's a fruit and vegetable. But I would actually rule against that. There's many things like garlic, the garlic that we get now, especially that's so big. The bulb is so big. And there's also other berries that we can't eat. So if we're talking about just the edibles, there are hybrid and GMO types of plants, herbs, fruits, vegetables, so forth. But the thing is you can have an apple, you can have a pear or banana, and you can prepare it in such a way where it doesn't, it's not conducive to your health. Okay, and the way that you prepare that, it would be, over boiling it, over frying it, over cooking it in general, putting it with a bunch of sugar. Now the sugar comes from plants, but how is it processed? White sugar, yeah, that started off as a plant, from a plant, the cane. And then through the processing and the bleaching and the removal of the color, which is basically trace minerals, nutrients, it basically makes it blend, and it makes it so fractionated that your body does not know what to do with it, and thus and therefore it stores it away as fat, visceral fat, hardening around your arteries, or as cutting up your veins and allowing cholesterol to get in and fill those scratches up. So that white sugar, that granulized, crystallized sugar, that's got to go. Also, try to live a lower stress life, so that when when you release the cortisol because of your stress, and it is creating that plaquey buildup around your arteries, and you got that cortisol roll around your stomach, especially ladies, that's making it very, very tough to reverse. Though, you're gonna have to take something that's very emulsifying, like apple cider vinegar and water and lemon peel, lemon oil for very long times, and also remove those things out of your diet. Those fried foods, and the granulated white sugar, stuff like that. The iodized salt, which is actually harder than glass. Okay. So yeah, it's all about it's about the plant, and it's about the way you prepare the plant as well. Kuma Kai Akua, masterpiece. Have you heard of or studied urine therapy? Now, I went into this actually a little bit in the stream, in the last stream, part 5. The urine therapy is, look, that's a bodily waste product, okay? There's a lot of good news about it, but hey, there's a lot of good articles and quote unquote good findings about eating fish or eating meat or eating eggs, okay? Or drinking eggs whole. You know what I mean? Back in the day, athletes used to stock up on pasta and empty carbs like that, and think that would actually give them energy the next day. Okay, but now the science has changed, and we know that carb loading and eating way too much and filling up is actually taking away, and you want something small yet stimulating, right? Hydrating, high in electrolytes. So we're progressing, and right now this urine therapy, maybe it was a thing to use out in the desert, or something in extreme cases. But if you're looking for minerals, if you're looking for something that stays alive in your body, if you're looking for something that's electrically charged, then you want to go to the coconut water. If you did like a coconut water feast, fresh from the coconut, you would experience a lot quicker healing, and you would move so much of your lymphatic waste around, and your lungs, you'd be coughing up stuff from like years ago, okay, that has been trapped in there. The coconut water stays alive as it crosses your heart. Okay, so as it goes into your bloodstream, because you can use coconut water as an IV, an intravenous, okay? You can keep someone alive with the young coconut water, okay? That young coconut that's nice and big and green. When you have the coconut water providing you the minerals, those trace minerals, the manganese, the calcium, all of these minerals are so small, and they're produced by the plant in a very clean environment, in the distilled environment of the tree fibers, okay? And you want to go to your urine. Now, the urine, if it's not, they say if it's not clear, then it's dirty. But I disagree. All of the urine has toxic waste in it, whether it's metabolic waste, whether it's heavy metals, whether it's mucus being moved out from the lymphatic system. You know what I mean? And the cleaner your organs are, the more cloudy your pee should be. You know what I mean? It should be working and getting those toxins out. And then, you know, after years of eating right, drinking right, staying hydrated, will you have nice, you know, cleaner pee, but never potable. Never, you never want to drink it. It's something that your body's gotten rid of. If your body wanted it, it would have kept it. It would have used it. When you sweat, it is sweating out things that shouldn't be in there. Okay? Then you got to replace it. So your urine is, you're peeing out all the waste products, and what you want to do is you want to replace the water that you've just peed out. When you replace it with, say, distilled water, ionized water, you know, alkaline water, whatever, then it's going to gather more waste to come out, and more to come out. So, you know, there's other liquids to drink, people. Check out the ionized water. Check out the Kangen water. Yeah, actually, I can actually bring it up for you guys. Okay, so ionized water, okay? Kangen water is what you want to be looking for. Now the Kangen machine, that's what it was dubbed as, but ionized is the process, okay? Minerals in the water become ionized when they either gain or lose electrons. So basically, you are splitting it between the alkaline minerals and the acidic minerals. All water found in nature has minerals in it. Deionized water has no minerals in it. So deionized is basically distilled water, right? And it's slightly acidic. You know, it's not alkaline water. Distilled water is slightly acidic. It's like a 6.8 or something. But what it's doing is it's pulling the heavy metals out of you, those impurities out of you. I say it all the time. It's like running a magnet through your body. You know how a bong, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I don't know if this is crude or not, but there's a bong magnet, right? Where you drop a little scrubby piece inside of your bong. See these scrubby pieces? You drop that inside of your bong. And then this is a magnet, and you move it along the outside of your bong. And that magnetic scrubby scrubs the inside of your bong. All right? I thought it was a genius when I saw it, when I first saw it. But that's basically the same principle as distilled water. The distilled water is going to go through you, and it is going to attract all of those impurities into that magnetically charged water, right? It's water's magnetically charged. Mary Magdalene, Mer is water. Mary, magnet, the magnetic waters, right? Like I said, and like I always say, when you have two water blobs in your shower, and they get closer and closer together, and then suddenly, boop, they just become one, right? So that's what we're speaking about here. And the water, the heavy metals in your body and in the water, say that you've been drinking from tap water, whatever, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, chromium, lead, you know what I mean? Aluminum, things like this. The distilled water is going to grab onto those things, those particles, and it's going to pull it out of you and put it where in your pee. Okay, so please don't drink your pee. Don't put that right back in to your body. You know, if you're doing, especially if you're doing the cleanse, get that pee out of you, get that poo out of you. Do an enema. Drink a lot of water. Okay, drink a lot of coconut water. You're gonna be buzzing like you've drinking 5 coffees. Okay, now let's see. Next question here. Next question is from Lydia Mayfield. What about eating fish once a month? And then Lydia goes on to say, how the heck do we control what water we shower in? And I think this question was answered by somebody in the chat. But you can go purchase a shower head filter. Now I got mine at Home Depot. Yeah, correct. And you can find yours at Home Depot, like a health conscious type store, possibly like a Canadian Tire as well. Something that deals with showers or health. And the one I have is a Santevia. It's just the most common one around. And then you just simply, screw it right on. I got mine for $20. You screw it right on, and this is what it typically looks like. Now, if you're gonna get a new shower head, you might as well clean this out with like CLR and like apple cider vinegar and baking soda or something, or get a new one. Okay, both of these together would be like $40 at the store. Okay, so screw that on. It's gonna add that one extra step of filtration. That's all. So that's how you can control that. Or you can also get a house filter. Okay, a house filter where it actually control all of the running water in the house. So that's how you can do that. Okay, the first question was, what about eating fish once a month? Well, that is like, say you have say you have a bad habit. You smoke cigarettes or something. If you realize that cigarettes are not good for you, and you cut back in order to quit, and as you're cutting back, the pork, the chicken, the shrimp and the bottom feeders, all that stuff, the eggs, you say, but wait, what if I smoke one cigarette a week, or one a month? At that point, you really don't need it. I mean, you're not addicted to it. If you can eat fish once a month, that means that I believe that you can not eat that one fish that one night per month. You know what I mean? So it's all in the mind. Like, if you've made it 29 days without fish, 30 days, then why on the 30th or the 31st would you say, okay, let me get my dose of bad cholesterol from an outside source? We're supposed to create our own cholesterol. Let me just get my monthly dose of heavy mercury. And remember, fish usually eat smaller fish. So when you have a small fish filled with mercury and lead, and then it gets eaten by a bigger fish filled with aluminum and some trace oil and some lead, and then it gets eaten by a bigger fish that has mercury and lead in it. Now you have the mercury times like 4 and the lead times like 3 or 4. So it doesn't make sense to put that in when really in life we're trying to get out everything that we just we put in over all these years. You know what I'm saying? So really think about that. People say that to me a lot, actually. I just want to like eat chicken like once a month or something, and I'm like, whoa, what? Like, why do that? Why give yourself that poison? If you're in an abusive relationship and you're working not to argue, not to fight, why would you aim for having 1 or 2 fights a month? You know what I mean? why not aim for having no fights? And if it happens, it happens. If you go out and there's mayonnaise on your sandwich, or there's, you know, fish in the salad and you didn't even know, or something like that, you know, then you're like, oh man, now I gotta reset. You know what I mean? Like every time I eat something and I look and it's accidentally, you know, there's like a milk ingredient, and I say, yo, you know, like I trust. Sometimes my wife will give me something. My girl, she'll give me something, and I'll trust her. And I look at it, and it's not 100% vegan, and I'm like, damn, now I'm set back again. You know what I mean? So since that has happened too often, I have really just gained control of what I eat, and, you know, only eating what I set out for myself, and never really trusting anybody. Because I noticed that a lot of people, they want you to, you know, when you go vegan, they want you to eat meat and eggs, and, you know, they'll hide a pepperoni underneath, you know, a piece of bread or something like that, and trick you. Something's weird. Okay, next question is Kumikai Akua. I need to transmute my nicotine addiction into a positive habit, and I would say yes. That is a great way of overcoming a lot of things, because especially smoking, that's just like a hand-to-mouth type of habit, that back and forth habit. If you can replace that with carrots, or like, you know, if you can replace that with celery, or like an apple, or just anything else but the smoking, you know what I mean, it would be good. Even if you replace it with like always having like a juice with a straw, and you get to always fiddle that straw between your fingers, or you know, eat some vegan sushi, and you'll always get that, like, that kind of finger habit, you know, because a lot of times it's either this kind of habit, up and down, the up and down, and then you can transmute that into, like, you know, smoking joints or something like that, or maybe like joints with like lavender in it. You can also put some like lavender in your joints, or other types of calming herbs, and then there's also the finger addiction, right? So you might want a straw, something to, like, maybe like toothpicks or something, maybe toothpicks that are flavored with mint or something like that. You might want that. Or maybe as a cinnamon bark, or like some sort of root, you know what I mean, to chew on. Licorice, for example. Okay. And also, I would also say, try to change your environment. You know, if you are thinking about changing jobs, go to a new job and don't smoke, so that they don't think that you're just that guy that smokes. You know what I mean? Don't go into that smoking crowd right away. If, you know, go into a new job and, you know, resist the temptation. You're trying to quit, right? So you're quitting, and you don't go out for the smokes. They don't see you as that. And then when they come back in for their smokes, all the smoking people, you're gonna smell how bad they smell, and you're gonna say, damn, I don't want to smell like that. Or encourage yourself. If you ride the bus and you smell the people that come on the bus that have smoked cigarettes, that's got to be enough to turn you off and say, wow, if that's what I smell like. You know what I mean? I used to smoke for years. I you know, pack a day, and getting over that was tough. You know, there's a lot of times where I went 3 months without it. I went 5-6 months without it. I went a year without it. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. I never went a year without it. I did go 9 months without it once before, in the later half of high school. But yeah. So keep watch disgusting videos. Watch what it does to your teeth. What helped me was watching videos like you know, what happens 5 minutes after you have a cigarette? What happens 10 minutes after 2 days, you know, a week after you have a cigarette? What happens 2 weeks after a cigarette, a month? And you want to reach those goals. You say, oh, I can, you know, my lungs will heal by this amount of times. And if you're younger than 30, then your chances of completely recovering goes up, like, you know, like 90-95%. You know what I mean? Like you can make like an almost like a 100% turnaround if you stop before 30. Okay, so if you got a 30th coming up, that's a great goal to set. Okay, the lungs will regenerate itself within the 3 months. 3-4 months, and you'll be coughing up stuff. Keep on drinking that coconut water, the ginger, the cinnamon. What else is good for the lungs? Some mint. Okay. Oil of a lot of oils. Frankincense is really good. Obviously, rosemary is really great for moving the mucus in the lungs. And my favorite, the most powerful, turpentine oil. Okay, 100% gum spirits. That's what you want. Christina, what's going on? Or Krista, what's going on? I have UTI problems, and it's true. And cranberry. She's talking about the grape juices and stuff. Also, cranberry and vinegar and garlic. Okay. What I would say concerning that is the garlic. I would probably, if you have urinary tract problems, get rid of the garlic completely. The garlic is very acidic. Okay, like around a 3, and that's very acidic. Maybe it's like a 2.5 or 3. Okay, now that's low enough. That's acidic enough to kill pathogens, to kill germs. Okay, but it's also low enough to kill your own cells, to disturb the membrane of your own cells. When you cut garlic, if you have a lot of garlic, you start to cry. Okay, it's offensive. It's like Dr. Sebi taught me that. And then I looked into the Chinese, and I looked into the Ayurvedic, and they talk about how it's the smelly vegetables. You know what I mean? The ones that leave the odors. These are best used for air purifiers. If you chop up onions and garlic and put them in the corners of your houses, it's gonna purify the germs. And when the germ, these are the demons, right? These are the little germs that are parasitic, that wreak havoc in your blood, and they, when you breathe them in, they go in and they mix up with your gut microfauna and flora, and they give you the bad thoughts. Because remember, the colon, we talked about it in the last stream. The colon, it's connected to your brain. A large part of it, the largest part of your colon, is connected to the brain. And also the stomach, the gut lining is connected. The gut lining and what they pump out inside of you, that is all picked up and sent up the vagus nerve, and it's fed to your brain. Those thought forms, okay? Those artificial wants, those cravings, okay? It's not for you, it's for the parasites. So, garlic, get that out of there. Keep the deep grape, the deep berry, those types of juices on hand regularly. When it's a dried fruit, like a dried cranberry, a dried raisin, you're not really going to be getting that wash. Okay, you want that electrical fruit juice. Okay, so the grapes are great with the seeds. Raspberries are wonderful. Cherries, black cherries, tart cherries. Okay, these are wonderful juices to drink. If you are buying the juices off the shelf, people, make sure you cut a half of a lemon and you squeeze it in. It's gonna taste a little bit lemony, but what it's gonna do is it's got the electrolytes in it. It's got the fresh water in it that it's going to zap from molecule to molecule, and it's going to bring the nutrients back, the enzymes back to life. It's going to make it active again. Okay, when you buy it off of a store shelf, it's inactive. When you add the lemon juice in it, remember, you can run a battery off or a light bulb off of lemon, right? you can generate a charge out of your fruits, okay? So what the lemon is going to do, lemon is a great preservative, okay? It's a great toner and tightener for the cells and for the skin. But also what it's going to do is going to electrically charge your grape juice, your black cherry juice, your tart cherry juice, your blueberry juice, your raspberry juice, all of that, okay? So that's great. And water for your urinary tract. The water is the best solvent in the world, okay? So you got the nutrients, which is going to stimulate your organs down there into working condition, and it's going to give it color, nutrient, antioxidants. It's going to bring it back to life again. And then the water is just going to continue to flush it, okay? Sorry, guys, I like to be thorough here, but I'll be quicker. Self-Care Boss says, just don't use distilled water on a fast. I learned that the hard way. What happens, what had happened to you was, this is what I'm diagnosing, okay? We talk about how the distilled water is a puller, okay? It pulls out the heavy metals. If you were fasting, your body is already doing that. It's already squeezing out the heavy metals. It's already pushing out the toxins. By drinking the distilled water, when you're after a fast or on a fast, you probably had a lot of those toxins in you. So I don't not recommend it. You can drink the distilled water, but just remember to hydrate before the fast, okay? A lot of people aren't drinking the distilled water for a long enough time before the fast. Drink a jug, a gallon a day, you know, the 4 liters a day before you start to fast, you know, for like 6-7 days. That's going to prime you up. So when you do fast and you go for that day or 2 days or 3 days without eating, you're not going to be shocked with a toxic overload, okay? Eric Brownfield, he says $1.50 for distilled water. From where, man? Yeah, I get that at Shoppers Drug Mart, Metro, grocery stores, okay, health food stores. But remember, whoever can buy it in biggest quantities, you get the cheaper price, the cheaper bargains, all right? Peace to everybody out there watching this. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate your time and your energy. She Ether, what's good? I love you. Harry Guzman, peace, my family. Peace to you. David B. Kombucha, okay. I'll give you some info on kombucha for sure. Let me write that down right here. Okay, kombucha. I always want to be thorough with your guys' questions, because that's the only way we're going to heal the nations. If we heal our nations, then we're gonna raise a race of people, like, you know, like a generation of people that will literally live to 200 years old. Okay, so G-Lo, what up, G-Lo TV, peace. Harry, yo, masterpiece, for real, I'm respectful general, but sexual thoughts of funeral all day, brother. Okay, Harry, a good way to, you know what I mean, help you out there, bro, is, you know, what you want to do is be strong-willed, strong-minded as much as possible. Whenever you feel that urge, stop and just meditate. Because first of all, what a lot of people don't really realize is oftentimes the kind of the sexual energy, the sexual arousal, that gets your root chakra spinning. It's very passionate. It's very instant. Okay, you can do that with something very primal. Okay, just like with something very basic and emotional, connecting to the earth. Or you can think about sex. So if you think about sex, basically you are getting that root chakra going, and you're prepping that for that kundalini to rise. So if you just control that and subside that sexual thought, and then focus on your breathing, on your breath, and you don't have to be sitting in any weird positions like this or chanting. But if you're just laying down, or if you're just sitting up and you're just chilling out, just lay back and just feel yourself breathing, and transmute that sexual energy into meditative energy. So thanks for that question. Amp Dog, peace. Peace to you. David, no problem. No problem. I'm going to get to that question. Yo, Amp Dog, yo, if I don't know if we can do that, live to 200, but I know that if we raise our children right, then we can definitely live that long. Because look at this. This is a woman who, you're not going to be able to believe this. This is, maybe you've already seen it, but this woman was 70 years old when she kind of got popular on TV. People age. They find ways to now let's see. Now she is a 70-year-old woman who is a raw vegan. Okay, she's 70-year-old raw vegan, and she decided to go vegan when she was in her 20s, and she now juices everything she has. She grows most of her vegetables. She eats everything raw, grapefruit juice, whatever. And this is her husband, who, like a stubborn fool, and like most men, didn't go vegan, didn't go raw vegan with her. You know, they said, "Oh, my wife is going vegan, and yeah, she's crazy." Now think about it. Back then, they may have looked the exact same, right? You know, a couple marrying each other. Now, it's now after the time that, remember, the time tells all, guys. Time tells all. Look at this dude. He could probably even barely get it up for her. He says that when he goes out in public, people say, "Oh, is that your daughter? You know, you got your daughter with you." Okay, she decided, yeah, I'm gonna go raw vegan, like 50 years before, and for 50 years she said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay on my chicken and my liver." And like a good ass wife, she continued to cook that for him, and look what happened. Now she's saying, you should have stuck around with me. She says that all her friends say, "Damn, look at her now." That's why I'm doing this, people. That's why I'm trying to get this. You know, I want that longevity. I want to be able to see my great grandkids. Now she's 7 years old, okay, in this video. Her name is Annette Larkins, right here. Annette Larkins. And if we change our diets, maybe we can live till we're 120, 130. But I think that the only way to really live to 200 is by starting our daughters and our sons off like that, from the womb to the tomb. You know, as soon as you find out you're pregnant, go raw vegan. You know what I'm saying? Or just try to go vegan. Definitely cut out all the animal products and all the animal byproducts. You know, if you have your cooked food, so be it. Still get your fresh salads in there. The number one best prenatal for anybody is Juice Plus. Okay, I sat in on a conference of theirs. I saw the science. I took it home. It's the most peer-reviewed, third-party studied multivitamin is what you would call it, but it's not. It's like, it's food. It's actual food, and I'll explain how. So it's the most studied, and it is by far the most beneficial. So I got my wife to take this. You know, 26 or 27 fruits, vegetables, and berries and grains, and in total you're getting like over 30 fruits, vegetables, and grains. There's even cacao in there, because cacao raises the potency of the berries. That's scientifically proven. So for anybody that's pregnant up there or expecting, go to Juice Plus. They are by far the best. I had to become a distributor for them because because you get like a discount on your orders. That's what I'm about, people. When someone is selling something, I say, "Yo, can I also sell it?" They say, "Yeah," and then I get it at a discount. It's simple. And I'm not even gonna tell you guys what my contact thing is, because I don't want to sell this to you guys. You know, I want to prove to you guys right now, I'm not selling you guys anything. I just told you guys I'm a distributor for a product because I believe it. I'm on it. My family's on it. My friends are on it, who just had a beautiful baby. They dub it Juice Plus babies because they score high in so many areas. And but I'm not even going to tell you about my credentials for it because I don't want to sell it to you. So I don't want to give away for you guys to buy it off me. Go find it yourself. If anybody's talked to you about it, go contact them. Okay, so yes, that was Annette Larkin. So that was what you can do if you want to see your younger generations live to 200. I'm guessing that my daughter and any child after that is gonna live to 200. Okay, I'm hoping anyway. I think it's gonna happen. You know, what happens if you drink distilled water? Kombucha. Okay, so kombucha is, if you read the ingredients, first of all, there's a lot of black tea in the ingredients in a lot of them, okay? And black tea has caffeine and is very stimulating, okay? That's gonna work your kidneys. That's gonna, work against your kidneys, okay? Put a lot of stress on it. And also your adrenals, okay? So you wanna stay away from black tea in general. And then the kombucha is yeast-based. That fermentation, that comes from yeast. So yeast is like, in bread and in beer. And if you have that beer belly, because once your stomach expands from the carbonation of the beer, right? You're getting all bloated and you're burping. That yeast, it starts to cake up on the outside of your stomach. And when that happens, it's hard for your stomach to shrink back down. So you keep on expanding it, and it's like you expand it, and it's like paper mache around a balloon. You blow up the balloon, paper mache it, you pop the balloon, but your stomach is still, you take out the gas, you burp out the gas, pop, and your stomach is staying the same size, the paper mache, because of the yeast is caked on. So I don't like kombucha. Now, if someone eats meat, drinks beer, drinks wine, eats fried chicken and all that stuff, fried foods and all that, just doesn't really care, would I recommend kombucha to them if they had stomach issues or if they came down with a cold over like an antibiotic? Yes, emphatically yes. Okay, yes, I would. So if you're trying to get mucus free, I don't agree with the kombucha. If you're trying to heal, get over something and you're a regular eater, then yeah, kombucha is better than probably half the things that you're taking in. I hope that answers your question. Mark Monahan. I'm trying now hold on. You can grow your own kombucha. Okay, that allows you to mitigate the amounts of ingredients you're putting in. You can make it the best that you can. Mark Monahan. I'm trying to go vegan again. I lasted 2 years, but it's real hard. I need to learn more to do it better. Yeah, the more you educate yourself on. There's a lot of documentaries on Netflix or YouTube alone. A lot of gross slaughterhouse videos that keep you motivated, and a lot of vegan activism things in the street. I like to watch a lot of vegan arguments on the street, not arguments, but people talking about why you should go vegan. And I like to see the meat eaters or the omnivores or the vegetarian. I like to see them kind of try to argue. There's no real argument. I mean, I'm gonna open up the debates on my show soon. The vegan debates is coming soon, but I definitely wanted to be respectful. And what's gonna happen is the meat eaters that don't agree with it, okay? Because there's a lot of meat eaters that do and are respectful, but the meat eaters that don't, I'm guessing that they're gonna come up here with a lot of anger and a lot of aggression. So I'm gonna have to masterpiece my way through that, okay? Just woosah, you know what I mean? But what about your protein? Oh God, woosah. Okay. Someone says, I'm assuming if you work out, maybe 2 of the size he's holding up a day. So we're talking about the water jugs, how much to drink. Yeah, if you're expending a lot, if you have a job where you're, you know, in construction or you're bending down a lot and you're doing a lot of lifting, then yeah, you're gonna be wanting to replace that water. So if you're trying to do this transition diet of the last episode, but you have a very intense job or you go to the gym and stuff like that, then you're gonna want to carry around an extra jug with you. And altogether, that shouldn't be about more than, let's see, 1, 7, 14, $20 a week, okay, on just the best water for you, okay, for that you can find in the stores to take away the heavy toxins, heavy metals, okay. Let me get to the live chat now. So what happens here, guys, is usually the chats overlap, okay, the questions. So I come here with a question and answer Q&A session, answering a bunch of questions from the last shows. And then while I'm streaming live with you guys are asking questions right now. So I have to kind of go back and forth, and I'm gonna miss some from here. So let me go through this. Electromagnetic light body, what's going on? How are you? Peace and love to you. Harry Guzman. Yes, you're very welcome. Yeah. Increments, yes, in and out, breathe, 5 seconds even if you want. Okay, let's see. Amp dog, I seen that, brother. Stop eating this. Okay, I just stopped eating meat last year in March. Someone motivated you to do it. I'm in the area where I can't grow my own stuff in the big city, Miami. Okay, well, hey, maybe you can't grow your own stuff, but Miami has a port, you know what I'm saying? And they get a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, okay? So, and there's also a lot of services that will, peace, fire starter, peace and love. There's also a lot of services that will actually deliver to your door, okay? They will deliver fresh organic produce to your door. Check this out. Check this out. Because that's, I mean, and especially being in Miami, I mean, there's probably those kind of services are probably a dime a dozen, okay? Fresh groceries, right to your door, organic. Pick your basket, or maybe you can even do a basket that's discounted where you get the produce that's damaged, you know, that doesn't look so pretty, so you can juice it up or cook it up or whatever you want. All right, so you know, there's no excuses. Not saying that in a harsh way, but I'm saying there doesn't have to be any reason why you can't get yourself some nice healthy fruits and vegetables to your door, even in the big city. Word up. Okay. Okay, so we got a next question here that I saved. I'm trying to get through this quick. Like I said, I'm trying to make this an hour and a half. My mom gets a colon cleanse every year, and she's been telling me to start. I haven't built up the courage yet. That's knowledge for ignorance, my nigga, my brother. Peace. Knowledge for ignorance. Yo, here's something for your confidence. Do it. Just do it, bro. Trust me. I know, bro. I know. And I'm here. I feel it. The enema. I know. It's going up that part of you. It's that sacred. We don't like that. You know what I'm saying? But it really is the only way. It's the only way. If there was another way, I would love to do it. If I could like open up my belly button and like shove something in, I would like that very much better. If I could, if word up, like word up. This is how serious, ladies. This is how serious it is for real men that are guarded about that area of that anus. Okay. I would prefer if I could enema through my penile organ, my penis, because I'm comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I use that. You know what I'm saying? And I have pride in that. But that's an area where I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I get you, and I get everybody out there, every man out there, okay, that's nervous about it. But once you do it the first time and you see what comes out of you, bro, you're gonna be like, yo, I wish I did this from time. And you know what? That one time is going to give you the courage to do it again and again. And if your mother or grandmother is recommending it, hey, you know, how bad can it be? You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Truth be told, you do not want the first time you have an enema to be done in a hospital or by like a physician, and it's like a man or like a woman. Like, trust me, you want to do it yourself. You want to do that enema yourself. Okay, so that's going to give you the confidence. Just knowing you can just hose down your insides and just have it like breathe again. Yo, and yo, just do it. Just do it, bro. Just do it. And if you need any more words of guidance, you know, I'm here for you. You know what I'll do? I'll make an enema how-to video, okay? And I'll make a video of me administering my own enema. Obviously, like, you're just going to see like my head, you know, and I'll explain what I'm doing and stuff like that. But it'll give you the confidence, I hope. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if I can do it, you can do it, right? Okay. Someone said what I thought was interesting. Kumakai said, "Our gut is God," and it's so funny. Norse is good. Norse is gut is God, means God in Norse, and that's why they say, you know, that God feeling, that gut feeling. You got a gut feeling, that impulse from you know, outside, but from inside. You know what I mean? Because the kingdom of heaven is within you. But you have that kind of like that spidey sense, that intuitive feeling, and you get it in your gut. Uh-oh, something bad is about to happen, or you get those butterflies, right? That God feeling, that gut feeling. So why that's so important is because that it rules you. Your stomach rules you. We grow up in a society where the stomach rules you. You know, we have these shows that just show you how to make desserts and how to turn a chocolate bar, a piece of ham, vanilla, and a melon, and make it something. You know what I mean? These competition shows where you take a cricket and some chocolate and liquor and some cinnamon hearts, and you got to make something. Like, what? How could you even be a judge for that? Like, I could never be a judge for that, knowing about with all those things going into my body. Your body is your temple, and cleanliness is the next to godliness. All right. Marve, can you smell the pus? Yes, you can smell pus. When you pop your pimples, okay, if you were to smell it, they would stink. That is because, like I said, with the urine, everything the body excretes is waste. You don't need it. Okay, you don't. It doesn't need to go back in you. You don't have to eat your pimples. You don't have to eat your poo. You don't, you know what I mean? Mothers don't have to suck their own breast milk. You don't have to suck on your blood, so you don't have to drink your pee. Simple and plain. I wish I said it like that earlier. You know, you don't have to eat your hair. You don't have to eat your nails. Size 6 Warrior. Did you see the ISS toilet and urinal? No, I didn't. But why I brought that up is because you know where they're faking space, right? You know, the Earth is a flat. That's flat. How do you pee in gravity in zero gravity? I know it's done. You got to do it, right? But like, where is the apparatus? Is it like a suction thing? Does like a hatch open outside and it sucks because it's like a vacuum? But if it is a vacuum, then how can you get propulsion from a jet? And the poo thing, like, if your poo comes out, does it just like lift up like right against your ass and like slide up your spine and go up to the ceiling? Like, if you poo and you're on the ISS, does your poo like come out underneath your male parts or your female parts and slide up into the ceiling if you don't catch it? And like, you know, like how do you do that on the ISS? I don't know if, you know, that is something that is hilarious to debate and to think about even. Kumakai has great questions. Bowel cleanse is another name for enema. Yes, it is. a lot of people say, you know, you can do a bowel cleanse with like, you know, taking psyllium husk and like flaxseed with like charcoal and or something like that, and lemon, but or like a grape juice. But the best bowel cleanse is to drink a lot of water up here from above, and to get it from the bottom. So you want that Kangen water that we showed you in that live stream. Go back and check out that stream. You want that ionized water, and that is gonna allow you to do that. Okay, to clean your bowels proficiently. The first book I held up, MJ Givens. MJ Givens says, what was the first book? That was called The Art of Dreaming. The book that I held up, that was the Art of Dreaming by Carlos Castaneda. That's you can find him online, and his first book is called The Teachings of Don Juan, a Yaqui Way of Knowledge. Okay, so Krista says tobacco is one thing, but all the added chemicals are different. We're talking about when they were smoking out their intestines to kill the parasites and their eggs, the hookworms and the tapeworms and their eggs. Yeah, today a cigarette is loaded up. Even that loose leaf tobacco is loaded up with over 10,000 different chemicals. Don't let them lie to you and say there's only 5 or 10. There's over 10,000 different chemicals in a tobacco cigarette. But the tobacco leaf that grows from the ground is divine. Now that is one of those plants that you do not want to eat. You know what I mean? People, they had that question: what plants are crap? You don't want to eat the tobacco plant. You know what I mean? But what you want to do is you could enema with it with control. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it personally. I wouldn't do a tobacco enema unless somebody that administers it does that. Okay, fumigate it out, smoke it out, whatever. But yeah, that's only like extreme cases. If you know you got like a tapeworm and it's sucking all of your energy, you can't gain weight, you can't lose weight. You know what I mean? Adam Geringer. So fill it with water, shove it in, and push the bag. You don't have to push the bag, but somebody can push the bag for you. You have to stay elevated with your butt in the air so that the water can run down into your colon. Okay? But if somebody is up there and they're pushing the bag into you, then that's fine. But make sure that you have a nice flow before they do that, because it'll back up and it might be bad. So, and also you want warm water, right? Electromagnetic light body. Where you get that at, bro? Well, you can get the enemas at online on Amazon. Okay, you can get them at Shoppers Home Healthcare, but online is from Amazon. That's a great way. Huey P. Nuisance, it's been a while. What's going on, man? Peace and love, bro. I hope that you've been doing good. I don't know where you've been, but hey, man, thank you very much for joining, man. I hope we get to share a live stream soon. Firestarter, masterpiece. What about hemp? How great is that? Oh, hemp is great, and especially now that it's fully legal in the U.S. Because I am invested in hemp, and so to know that you guys in the U.S. have fully legalized it, that's great.
It's 8 o'clock.
And now we can get some full spectrum CBDs, not just like that crap single spectrum profile CBD oil. Is going to be a full spectrum, so you're going to see the healing just go through the roof. Okay. Well, Amp Dog Productions, it's everywhere. Everywhere in the States, everywhere in Canada has a grocery delivery program. So check it out. Just type in grocery delivery, organic food delivery, and it'll obviously prompt whatever is closest to your area. Knowledge Uprising, peace. I answered one of your questions earlier. So go back and rewatch this stream. I answered one of your questions. You had a question about you said something. I gave a vote of confidence for an enema. You said that your mom gets a colon cleanse every year. That's amazing. If she did it 4 times a year, man, she'd probably extend her life expectancy by a quarter. Okay, so let's see. That's how you feel. Space for shoes. Yeah. Okay, let's get some Francois. Okay, this is probably gonna be the last. What's going on? Peace, Rula, She Ether. What about Tef? I feel like you asked me that before, and I must have missed that. Tef flour, yes. Tef flour. Tef. First of all, the Tef seed is not a grain; it's a seed. Uh, it's starchless. So go ahead with that. You might want to sprout it first. It's so small, you know what I mean? But yeah, the flour is great. It's of course when you cook it, you're taking a lot out of it. But hey, teff is a lot better than a whole wheat bread. It's a lot better than a, an oat bread. It's a lot better than a lot of breads. Okay, teff is it's so simple. It's like a quinoa bread. Okay, seed full of protein, full of amino acids, full of iron. Oh God, yeah, get it in you. Peace and love. Peace and love to everybody out there. Okay, so I'm gonna take probably just one more. Yo, Masterpiece, what do you think would be the closest thing to mother's milk? I'm on a water fast, but once I break it, I want to drink something with all those essential nutrients, taking it back to the beginning. I love that. Okay, that's great. All right. So you want to mother's milk, the closest thing that you can find in nature that is the closest to mother's milk is by far, hands down, coconut milk. Now, I didn't say coconut water. Okay, I'm gonna have to go through this now. I'm gonna have to get thorough. Because this is where oh man. Okay, first of all, I gotta pull up this. Okay. First of all, I gotta pull up this. Okay. Then I gotta pull up coconut milk. Okay. Now I gotta pull up coconut or brown coconut. I gotta bring up young coconut. Oh man. Okay, guys, I'm gonna explain something to you guys. Okay. And I'll take. Okay, before I do that, let me just take one more question. Okay, because I'm gonna take just one more question from the chat, and I'm just putting that warning out there. Ethiopian flatbread is so good. Yeah. Don't they call that injera? Yeah, injera. Yeah, they use teff in injera. Yeah, that's right. But you know what? I prefer my injera warm. I don't know. Sometimes I get it served cold. I don't know. It tastes a little too desserty. Let's see, Master. How long after you eat meat does it take to get out of your system completely? That would be probably about 7 to 9 years, maybe 10 years, depending on the intensity of your activism in removing it, right? Like if you're really active on it, you can get it removed probably maybe in 5-6 years. But if you really just change your diet and you just let it come out of you naturally, probably about 10 years. You know what I mean? That's why I say the enemas. If you do the enemas, you can reduce that down. If you get the Kangen water, look at this. Kangen water colon. Okay, and I explained this to you, and I'm sorry, guys. I know it's just gonna be quick. It's gonna be quick. Okay, now, I know it's gross, guys. I know, but this isn't all of you guys. Don't think that this is not inside of all of you guys. This is how it all looks inside of us. Okay, so nobody's better than anybody else here. Okay, let's be mature. Let's be real here, because honestly, we're backed up inside, and this is the only reason why we're dying. Okay, this is the only reason why we're going through the types of death we're going through. Okay, I haven't forgot about the other question. Just look at this. Before and after. Okay, now this is a before and after study about before ionized water and after ionized water. Okay, so that's just by drinking the ionized water alone. Okay, now the ionized water alone, and of course like incorporating more fruits and vegetables, is gonna completely change your colon. Okay, before treatment, after treatment, after 3 months, after 3 months. So if you can get a source of ionized water, okay, if you can get your source of ionized water, and you can, these are what the machines typically look like, okay, and you can drink that for 3 months or here on out, and you change up your diet to the vegetables and the high fiber that's going to move all that crud out of your colon, then you are going to get the meat traces out of you probably in a nice 2, maybe 3 years. You know what I mean? It can be done that quick, but that's the route that you'd have to go. Probably a little bit more expensive. Okay, now first of all, listen up, guys. What I'm about to explain to you guys is so profound, and maybe you guys already knew, maybe you didn't. But when I personally found this out, I was very, very, I never forgot it. I never forgot it, okay? Self-care boss, peace, peace. I answered one of your questions earlier, I'm pretty sure. So go back and watch it. Yosef El Bay, peace and love. Thanks for joining me, man. It's been a very long time, man. The green streams are going good, man. They're building up. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Tonight's a slow night because it's Friday. People are out partying and adding on to that mess down in their colon. But, people like us work here, and we are, staying dedicated. And, I'm watching my daughter, and, right now she's with their grandparents. So everything is going good. Thank you for asking. So, all right. So that is the last question that I'll take from the chat. And all the rest of them I'll handle on the next stream. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay. Now the coconuts. Let me get this in, because they asked, the person asked, what about breast milk replacement for nature? After the fast, you want to replace all those nutrients. Okay, so coconuts, they have the most pure water in all of nature for when we're talking about like seeds and fruits and pods and stuff like that. Okay, not even the watermelon. I mean, the watermelon is full of the pectin and the particles of the melon, right? So it's like stained red. This is like a nice clear water. Now, the thing is, with a young coconut, the inside, it has like a jelly, okay? It's like sometimes it's a clear jelly. And the clear jelly is like very slimy, and like it's like a squid, okay? And sometimes it's so thin, the jelly, that it's in your water, it's in the coconut, and you don't even know. Okay, you don't even realize that it's in there. Now, as time goes by, get this, people. As time goes by, the nutrients, the fats, the minerals, they stick to the outer wall of the coconut. Okay, that's why eventually you get some jelly like this going on. Okay, you get some little white pieces, and you can eat it, and it's jelly like. But then after that, when it gets to this mature stage, when you let it age a bit, it gets rock hard, and the water inside is very minimal. You don't have a lot of water in it. You can't even fill up a cup of it. If you had a young coconut with all that water in it, you could fill up a full glass of it. I mean, gulps and gulps and gulps and gulps of this stuff. But once all of the nutrients and the minerals and the fats have leached in to the sides of the walls, then it leaves the water at the bottom very electricless and cloudy. You know what I mean? It's not full of life. It's all into the side wall. So what you want to do is you want to buy these coconuts. You want to scoop it out. You don't want to go to a can like this. Okay? You don't want to go to a can. You want to be able to scoop it out. And you want to put it in a blender. No, not a blender, sorry, a juicer. Okay? And you want that juicer to be a low-speed juicer, okay? The Omega VRT is what I recommend. You can find them on Kijiji. They're like $100, $50 sometimes. And what I love about the juicer is that it's a slow grind. It's like teeth. It's just like chewing it up. It's not something, it's not like a and then you put your fruit in it and it's like and then you have to yell over the machine. It's not like that. It's just like a nice slow juicer. See how slow it's spinning right here? It's just spinning around, and then the dry pulp is coming out this side, and the wet juice is coming out this side. So we'll see. We put it on. You even put the skin on because it's just crushing it. It's taking all the essential oils out of the skin, and it's taking all the the phytonutrients and it's pushing it out and it's extracting it out and it's putting it down one side, which is the water, and then it's putting all like the fibrous bits out the other side, which you can save and dehydrate or give it to your dog, or you can bake with it, make brownies with it. You can make carrot cakes with it if you're doing carrots. You can dehydrate it and make it dog treats. Put some smoke spice in it so the dog thinks it's like, you know, meaty. Okay, so that's the juicer that I recommend. Because if you omega BRT coconut, right, then what you're gonna get is you're gonna get, this guy's my favorite. He does comparisons on every he's called Discount Juicers, that's his name. So he puts it in the juicer and look what happens. Look at that. Nice dry coconut flakes out one side and coconut milk out the other side. Fresh. Now this is what I gave to my daughter as she was growing up. My daughter was breastfed, right? But along with the breastfeeding, and also to kind of wean her off of it, I did that with the coconut water, the coconut milk. Now, why does it mimic the breast milk so well? First of all, the coconut has a plethora of nutrients that we know about. The phytonutrients that are unnamed range in the tens of thousands, okay? I just said that there's tens of thousands of phytonutrients in coconut, okay? So the coconut, it has fats. It has amino acids and proteins. Now, the fats is great for the baby, right? It's great for the transportation of nutrients throughout the body, okay? But it has one thing that almost nothing else does, okay? Bring it up. Now, coconut milk resembles breast milk because of one single ingredient, and I want to get it for you. I think it's lactase. I think it's lactase here. Let's see. Coconut milk. It's full of potassium, calcium, proteins, fats, more fats than a lot of other kinds of, like, you know, almond milk, hemp milk, flax, rice milk, almond milks, and all that stuff like that. You want that coconut milk. And also the water that goes into the coconut milk, making the coconut milk, is very conducive to our health. So you have that ingredient, that special ingredient, giving the molecular resemblance of breast milk, which is really nice because the baby, it barely knows the difference. It still has that thickness. You can water it down, and if you do water it down, make sure it's deionized, distilled water. Do not water down your baby's coconut milk that you make fresh with tap water, because that's just gonna, create havoc. You're gonna have some calcium, some hard, like crystal calciums from like the tap and the city water. Then you got nice liquid calcium from the plant, and they're gonna combine. It's gonna go into your body. Your body's gonna say, yeah, I recognize it because it's mixed in with that natural calcium, and then it's gonna go in. It's gonna allow it in places that calcium is usually allowed to get into, and then your body's gonna say, oh no, you tricked me. Now I gotta do some reversal here. It's gotta take some nutrients out of its own bones and buffer itself, and then pee it out. So, honestly, it's like the water is so key. You need to, the reason why I like demineralized water is because you can mineralize it, okay? You buy distilled water, deionized water, demineralized water, it's all the same, distilled water, okay? No parts per million of particles of anything. And you take that and you take some pink salt, just a little bit of pink salt. You put a few dashes into that gallon. You let that sit overnight. Suddenly, the minerals start to leach off into the water, okay? And you're going to be drinking that down, those trace minerals. And pink salt has anywhere from 70 to 90 trace minerals at any given time. So that's how you want to remineralize your water. Or if it's sunny out, like if you say live somewhere where it's always sunny, or if you live somewhere cold, but you can find a window to sit in where the sun beams in, you can make a tea by putting dandelion root in it, or like parsley root in it, which has minerals in it, calcium. It has amino acids and proteins in it. It has irons in it, and potassiums and manganese and magnesiums in it. You know what I mean? Sodium. And it has these things in it, and it's going to leach out. The sun is going to leach it out into your water. So that's another really great way, an even better way than the salt, because that is a liquid form of the minerals, the plant form. You know what I mean? If you put the herbs in the water and sit the water in the sun, you know, with the glass shining through, you're going to be getting a natural liquid mineral drink. So that's very, very beneficial. So I call that like a sun tea. Some people call it solar tea. What a lot of names. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Wait a minute. Was that all the questions? Let me see here. Oh, that was the last question from the chat. Okay. Someone says stretch in the shower and you'll be getting 2 birds with 1 stone. But as a vegan, I like to say loving 2 birds with 1 heart. Think about it. Garlic detoxing, something that I would not do. Someone recommended garlic detox. Now, the first Hippocratic oath is do no harm. Now, a lot of people say, like, that means don't cut open the body, don't staple up or stitch the body, don't take out any organs. But it's also on a cellular level, okay? Don't harm your cells. We already talked about garlic. In the World Wars, they would actually dip their bullets in garlic. They would soak it in garlic. That way, even if they didn't catch a vital organs, they just got like a shoulder, like a flesh wound. That garlic, the allicin and the analase, allicin and the there's toxic chemicals in garlic, and if they don't combine before going into your body, it's over for you. It's over. So soldiers would dip their allicin. There's allicin in it, and it goes through the bloodstream. It catches in the soldier. You know, they think they just got shot in the arm, and they think they're all good. Yet, but that garlic is going through the bloodstream, and then that garlic, it crosses their heart, and it goes into their brain, and you know what? It's over from there. So I would not detox with garlic at all. Stretch in the shower, yeah, that is a really good thing. When you have the warm water and you're stretching, that you're loosening up and exposing your lymphatic system, and the warm water is helping it move, helping it push out the toxins. After you stretch in the warm water, you want to switch it right to cold water, okay? You want to put your water to cold. Okay, so say you're showering hot, put it to warm, okay? So it's up. And then put it hot again. And then do it colder. And then do it to hot again. And then do it to cold. And then do it to hot. Each time you go back, you'll have to go less and less hot, because you're gonna go cold and you're gonna be so cold and you're gonna hate it, and your body's just gonna be stripping off the dead blood cells, and it's gonna be purging the toxins out of you, and it's gonna be promoting the serotonin, and you're gonna be shivering, and it's gonna be just getting all those toxins out of you, that cold water. And then you're gonna put it to something not as hot as you had it, because when you're cold, you don't need something so hot. So the colder and colder you get, the less and less hot you flip it back to. And doing that alternating in the shower is going to just boost you in every single way. I mean, it's even greater for depression medicine. Okay, that is like the #1 depression medicine. Someone wants to know if I still eat beans, and yes, I do actually. And more I'm buying them hard, soaking them overnight, and then when that water is nice and red, I either throw it off and save some of that red water for the flavor, or I just keep it all. and I'll just add like brown rice to it, and it'll stain the rice like a deep red if I have kidney beans, or like a nice purple. And I'll throw some coconut in there, some thyme, some pimento, some green onion, some salt and pepper. Really, really nice. Yeah, I still eat beans. Let's see. Okay, Baldwin's in the book, tobacco, we covered that. Okay, Krista asked in the last stream that we did, I brought up a site full of fruits and vegetables that were cooked. All I did, Krista, was Google fruits and vegetables, cooked fruits and vegetables. That's all I did. And it's literally that easy. And you saw the cooked berries and the bananas. I love to gently cook a banana with some maple syrup and some cinnamon. Eyes open finally. I can't wait to do it. I'm excited to wash my asshole. Word up. Yo, word up. It gets to that point where you got the enema in your hand, and you've done all the science, you've done all the research, and you get the jitters, and you're like, yes, you know what, I'm ready to do it. And then after you do it that one time, you always know then after, yep, I'm ready to do this thing. And yeah, MJ Gibbons said something hilarious, and it made me laugh. I made an analogy about putting a dead carcass in our body and expecting to get life is just as absurd as putting a dead chicken into a tree and, covering it back up with the bark and expecting the tree to live off of that. No, it's not going to happen. It has to be, we have to eat from the basic levels. That's why I say we have to go to the plants, the basic levels where the animals go to. These are where the amino acids are. And when you eat the amino acids, your body puts together its own proteins that it needs, okay? Not every protein is the same. And then MJ Gibbons, man, some asshole. MJ Gibbons says some asshole will try stuffing a chicken in a tree after this stream, and I just thought that was so hilarious. Yeah, you're probably right. Someone's probably gonna do that. Masterpiece said, it doesn't work. I don't know. People are crazy out there. What's going on with you guys in the chat? Hola, self-care boss. Hola, Joseph L. Crexpert, Truling, yeah. Brother Jay, peace and love, peace and love. Peace to everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yeah, flat motherfucking power. Brother Abaha, flat truth. Flat power, peace on the plane. This flat truth has really woken me up to a lot of things, man. A lot of things. A lot of things that I didn't even, when people say, how can flat earth help with anything? It's like, yo, too much to even explain, okay, for your feeble mind. Joking. Black Sun. How does one convert from veganism to cannibalism? I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but it's either, the frequency and harmonics of this toroid that we lived in was hijacked, or it's in its natural influx, and we're going through our yuga stages of iron and golden, you know what I'm saying? Or one person came in from outside of this vortex, came in and altered things and told us, yo, this is what we should do. Or a group of societies got together and they made it an initiation or something happened to the point where now we are cannibalistic in every way of life. The way we shop, the way we dress, the way we treat each other. We're always eating each other's energy. We're vampires, okay? Someone asked, Mark Monahan, is pasta okay? Out of all the vegan options, I would say pasta is one of probably the worst things. It's very processed, it's very removed from its natural state. You need something very glutinous, very glutinous to stick it together, gluey, to hold together those pastas, so a lot of times you'll see like lentil pastas, spinach pastas. These things have a level of starch in it. And when you're cooking these alternate safe, or these healthier pastas that are colorful and whatever, you'll notice that they break apart easier, okay? So that's just testament that, pasta is no good. Maybe if you did a tough pasta, you'd see the same. It would break apart because it doesn't have that glue. Okay. Now, maybe if you made your own pasta and you stuck it together with applesauce or like a flax seed, then yeah, that would be okay. Cautious Castaway, what's wrong with watery shit? Well, what's wrong with watery shit is you're not getting the outside walls of the colon. It means that you still have that caked on layers of your colon, and shit is just running through it. So basically it's like water through your pipes. Okay, your bathroom water, especially if you live in the in an apartment building. Okay, that's old. Okay, or an old city, an old town, whatever. That pipe is letting water through. Yeah, of course, but it's caked on with just old old caked on crud. Okay, and your poo, if it's watery, it's just running through that. Look at this. I'm not showing you guys poo. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to answer your questions as thoroughly as possible. Okay, now these are main sewer pipes. Okay, this is what pipes look at after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. What is happening inside of your body? It's the same thing, people. And remember, this is just the stuff that is being washed away. It's not like it's your body's digesting it. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes, a lot of times your body's worse, right? Like a lot of times this has had Drano go down it a couple times. You put Drano down it, that's doing a lot of damage and clearing a lot of it out. When's the last time you did an enema? When's the last time you did a Drano? You know what I'm saying? So you think these pipes are bad? Look at your own enema. Get a colonoscopy. You are backed up. You are backed up. Hands down, no doubt about it. I'll say it like Mag, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it, man. You are blocked up 100%. No doubt about it, man. Trust me. If you're not enemaing, if you're not getting this stuff out of you, then your pipes are clogged up. All right. Now, if you have a watery poo, that means it's not full of fiber. See, it's not full of kale, celery, all the grasses, the chard, all the stuff like that to push it through. So if you don't have a nice solid poo, then you're not getting the stuff that's caked off the sides of the wall. You're just getting that liquid just running through here, okay? So it's quite gross if you think about it. You don't want your poo to be solid, to be watery, and also that really just means that you're probably dehydrated, and you're probably just dehydrated, and your body is actually pulling water from the rest of your body. You know, places like your organs, your bones, your environment, your cellular environment, drying you out. Okay, and this is the very environment which your cells are trying to communicate in. So if your body is being drained of the water to go to your colon just to help you push stuff through, then you're draining your life force. Okay, so drink lots of water. Even just drinking lots of water alone is going to help your poos become less watery. You know, it's almost like it's weird, right? It's a conundrum. AJ Davis, peace. Under the ether, peace. Brother J, peace. Peace to everybody. Masterpiece, your rhetoric strong with undeniable logic. Yes, I like to mix the logic with fun. You know what I mean? I like to make people feel idiotic almost. You know what I mean? For doing what we've been doing, and not because we're idiots, and not because you're idiots out there, or I think you're an idiot, but it's like boom, like duh. When you're listening on the other end, you're like, oh snap, like I can't even believe I didn't think about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can bring this home back to your boys, back to your family, back to your crew, and let them know and speak to them like that, and then it'll hit them too. All right, y'all. So this was part 2 of the Q&A sessions, and thank you very much for all the questions, and keep on emailing me. I know I got the emails; they're backing up, but I'm getting to them. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'm gonna clear my day and really just get back to them. So expect an email from me if you've emailed me. So all right. So peace to the chat. And once again, thanks for everybody. Thanks for all your attention. Thanks for your donations, your support, even off of this channel. When you hear people saying whatever about me, thanks for being there. Thanks for sharing my videos. Thanks for having the faith to spread this information to your loved ones to try to heal them. You know what I'm saying? Because this is definitely a gentler way than the doctor has. All right. So like I always say, peace, power, and protection. And yo, eat to live. All right. Anybody that had some last minute comments that are dropping right now, I'm going to get to them in the next Q&A session. So peace, go vegan. You know what I'm saying? Save the planet and eat to live. Most definitely. Peace and love. One. Continue to write your questions, and I'll answer them on the next stream, guys. Remember, health is wealth.
Look, I'll put down my sword, but in return,